Hello, my name's Jonathan Freebert, and I am the director of the Voices for Innovation community. I am based in Redmond, and I work for the U.S. Government Affairs team. It's a pleasure to have you all on the phone today. For the call, we want to cover about what the VFI program is about, first of all. Secondly, we want to tell you what we're doing at WPC. And I also want to introduce Rudy Rodriguez as well. He's one of our Voices for Innovation leaders. He's going to give you his perspective about being involved with the VFI community. So, Voices for Innovation, what are we about? Well, we're about essentially making a splash and making our voices heard with elected officials. So I start with this slide because recently we had a webinar that featured the former Attorney General of Washington State. And we were talking about the impact and the importance of small business voices, and in particular small business technology voices, getting involved with public policy issues. And so what he used this really good analogy that I wanted to share, and that is there's a perception out there that your voices don't matter, that you're just a small pebble in a big ocean. But really, in reality, since not a lot of people really do get involved with public policy issues, you make a big impact. And what he said is that it's very important for elected officials, in particular elected officials who are interested in representing their constituents, which we assume most are. They want to hear from business leaders in particular so that they know that they're representing their interests in the right way. So in the reality, you have big impact. So that's what we try to do with Voices for Innovation. We try to keep our partners educated and informed on public policy issues that impact the IT sector, that impact your businesses, and then we make it easy for you to get engaged on those issues. That's what VFI is about. And what does that engagement look like? Well, here's two examples of some of our active members who have been involved and did get involved on some public policy issues. So on the left is Naomi Moneypenny. She is a member from Houston, Texas. She had the opportunity to testify a couple years ago in front of the Senate Small Business Committee about issues that are important to her, and in particular, she was talking about issues around finding talent. Finding talent and finding talent in the technology industry. On the right is Emily Hirsch. She's CEO of Internology in San Diego. She has been involved with VFI for several years as well, but she had an opportunity, a business opportunity, where she was able to create the voting app at the Democratic National Convention 4 years ago when they were electing Barack Obama for a second term. So this is something that we try to help facilitate as well through VFI. So just a couple of fast facts about the program. It's free to join. We're a virtual community, but we're also a platform to champion issues. We have 60,000 people in the U.S., including more than 9,000 partners. Because a lot of our issues now are touching on broader topics outside the IT industry, such as privacy, internet privacy, we've been able to attract a lot more interest to our issues and thus strengthen the community. So I want to give you a perspective from our VFI leader, Rudy Rodriguez, who has joined us as well. So this is on our website. If you've been over to our website yet, we feature our advisory task force leaders. Rudy is one of those folks. And so I just captured what he wrote about why he's involved with VFI, but I thought it'd be great to hear from him as well. Rudy has great experience within the partner community, both through the IAMCP, which he'll tell you about, and through VFI. So Rudy, I'll turn it over to you.
Thanks, Jonathan. And see the screen. I've been heavily involved in the Microsoft Partner Program for over 20 years, and I have been involved in the in VFI since the 2008-2009 timeframe. One of the things, if you don't know anything about our association, the International Association of Microsoft Channel Partners, We're a group of partners that work together to try to help us become much better business people. And the way we do that is we operate under our four pillars on which we were founded, which was partnership, advocacy, which is well I'll address in just a few minutes, community, and education. And to my the way I believe is advocacy has been very important to the success of our organization because it does embrace and include the community and educational aspects of our organization. And there's great opportunities for us. I advocate in the community. We work with charities and educational institutions. We advocate STEM education amongst our grade school and high school students and college students working on programs like that. And so one of the things that the political advocacy, which a lot of us didn't think of when we first started this, we didn't think it was going to be that important. But one of the things that we've learned over the last few years is that our voice does matter. We have to get out there. Political advocacy is very important. And I've had the great privilege of working with VFI on a variety of these and testified at the Texas State Legislature. We've gone to Congress a couple of times and discussed lots of issues. We work with our partners around the country, around the world, actually, to make sure that we remain well educated and well versed in the policies that are going to affect us. And at first you don't think, well, this little thing's going to go by and we don't know really what Congress is doing. You just read that a bill got passed and then you suffer the consequences. VFI has done an outstanding job in preparing us with the information so we can go advocate our business positions and personal positions, such as the privacy issues that are affecting all of us today. And we've got a great community of people that, like he mentioned, Naomi Moneypenny, who go out there and really preach the gospel of how our business and personal lives are being impacted by the laws that our legislatures are passing. So we've been, the opportunity to learn will help you become a better business person and allow you to broaden your political horizons as well and how you can make an impact with our government. I've been personally involved in some letter writing campaigns that took place, and through those campaigns, I actually got contacted by one of our political parties who asked me to get involved at the local level, and I got involved and was elected a state convention delegate, and now they have me doing quite a few more opportunities, and that has helped my business. It helps us because here we are engaged in how to make our community a much better place, how to make our schools a much better place. So I'm very proud to have worked with Voices for Innovation and the team led by Jonathan. I don't think I could ever have accomplished all these things without their help. We work with them very closely at the Microsoft Worldwide Partner Conference, like the one coming up in about 3 weeks. We work with them throughout the year, and it's a great team of people to work with, to engage when you hear of items that are going to affect your business. And I can't stress enough how wonderful they are to work with and the depth of education that you can get, and it'll help you build your own personal community and sphere of influence. So, Jonathan, it's always a pleasure working with you and Mike McMahon and the rest of the team. So
Thank you,
I'd
Rudy.
like to turn it back over to you.
No, thank you, Rudy. And one thing I want to emphasize what Rudy said is, we talk about business leadership, and one aspect of being a business leader, aside from managing your company and working in a very thoughtful way and helping your customers, is also engagement in the community. And as Rudy was talking about, some of the things that we offer opportunities on can help you raise your profile in the community. They are PR opportunities, but they're also opportunities to network, meet potential customers, meet other technology professionals through VFI that you may not necessarily meet through the Microsoft Partner Network. So those are some of the opportunities we offer through VFI as well. So thank you, Rudy, for that. So let's talk about the partner conference because we'd love to meet you at the partner conference. So let me talk about just a couple of opportunities. First of all, on Monday, July 13th, we're co-sponsoring the People for Innovation event from 5:30 to 8. So after this call, I'll send you a link to RSVP to that. But we will have, we'll have a presence there. We'll have a space at the meeting or at the event, excuse me, and we'd love to meet you there. On Tuesday, July 14th, from 3:30 to 4:30, we're partnering with the IAMCP to present in the WPC Community Hub Theater. And we will be there from 3:30 to 4:30 on that day. So we'd love to, again, have you come and listen and learn more about the VFI program and connect with us while you're there. Additionally, VFI, we have a community in WPC Connect, which I'd encourage you to join, but I am also in WPC Connect, and I'm looking forward to having some one-to-one or one-to-few meetings with people at WPC. So if you'd like to sit down and talk about how to get involved with VFI or talk about what your company does, I'd love to connect with you. So please schedule with me in WPC Connect. The other thing that we're doing is we are going to have a pop-up booth, and as Rudy was talking about, one of the things that we try to do at WPC is to educate and engage on public policy issues. And so the big issue that we're working on right now is around, I would say, the headline of modernizing the digital legal framework. And so the marker we're doing for that, or the theme, is get off of my cloud. And I want to just tell you just a little bit about what this issue is about ahead of WPC, and encourage you to perhaps get involved with it ahead of WPC as well. So basically, our current laws that are in place haven't been updated since 1986. So I thought it would be great just to show some of the technology we had in 1986. And basically, what's happening is that these laws, were in a dial-up era, and the technology has obviously advanced far past that. And so there are some legal loopholes in place that basically undermine privacy online. And what I wanted to show here is that, currently in our legal framework, under the Fourth Amendment, paper or analog data, I would say, is protected while digital data isn't. And again, this undermines trust in the cloud because everything we put into the cloud is digital content. So with this, murky legal landscape, it does not serve the government, it doesn't serve customers or service providers well. Customers are at best confused about the security of their data in response to an access request from law enforcement. And companies are uncertain of their responsibilities and unable to assure their customers that subscriber data will be uniformly protected. So the current state of our laws does not serve law enforcement interests well, and it doesn't serve our customers' interests well either. So we've heard from a number of our partners that there's definitely questions that they get from customers about how safe is their data in the cloud. So it really comes down to who owns your data, you or the government. And in this case, can the government get access to your data? We at Microsoft, we believe you do, no matter where it's stored. And while technology advances, we, Microsoft and our partners, we're working to make sure that privacy endures and digital common sense prevails. We certainly don't have all the answers, but we're committed to finding that right balance between public safety and your privacy. So one of those issues, I'm sorry, my slides are jumping today. One of those issues that we're talking about, and we're going to be talking about at WPC, has to do with legislation in Congress called the LEADS Act, Law Enforcement Access to Data Stored Abroad Act. And really what it comes down to, I think, is this defines the future of the cloud. Companies and people will only use the cloud and our technology all of our technology, if they trust it. So what does this do? Basically, as I was saying, it reforms outdated laws and it requires law enforcement agencies to obtain a warrant in order to get any content of electronic communications stored with service providers in the cloud. It also authorizes a warrant to extend overseas if the warrant seeks the contents of electronic communications of a U.S. person. So it's protecting your Fourth Amendment privacy rights, your customers' rights. And it also establishes a sense of Congress that data providers should not be subject to data localization requirements in other countries. So what we're trying to do is have this legislation serve as a model for other nations. So we've had a campaign going on, as Rudy mentioned, an online campaign, and again, I'll send you a link to it after the call, to encourage our partners to write their members of Congress in support of the LEADS Act. So we've had thousands of actually partners join us in writing their members of Congress, but I want to encourage you to take your first action through VFI and write your members of Congress about the LEADS Act. So again, after the call, I'll send the link out and you can learn more about the LEADS Act. And again, I'd encourage you to take your first action and write through VFI. Again, this is something we're going to be talking about while we're at WPC, and this is how you can find us. We'll be wearing t-shirts, and we're going to have a theme with the government official on the cloud, get off of my cloud. So we're going to have a pop-up booth that's going to be moving around WPC. We're also going to be partnering, as I mentioned earlier, with IAMCP at their lounge. So I'd encourage you to come by the IAMCP lounge, meet Rudy and some of the IAMCP leaders, as well as meet us there. So I encourage you to find us at WPC. So finally, if you'd like to, again, learn more about the program, there's our website. You can follow us on Twitter. There's my email address if you'd like to connect with me directly. And again, I'd encourage you through WPC Connect to connect with me as well. So with that, are there any questions or any comments? All right. Okay then. Well, I thank everyone for their time, and I look forward to seeing you all at WPC. And again, I encourage you to get involved with the VFI program. Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Thanks.